La cérémonie se déroulera dans les deux langues officielles. Si vous ne l'avez pas encore fait, je vous propose de vous procurer des écouteurs à l'entrée. The ceremony will be in both official languages. If you have not done so yet, please get some headphones at the entrance. And for those attending virtually, the ceremony will be available in French, English, as well as ASL, LSQ, and CART. Nous vous invitons donc à prendre place dans la salle pour débuter la cérémonie. Merci de bien vouloir mettre vos téléphones en mode silencieux pour éviter toute perturbation durant la cérémonie. Vous pouvez toutefois prendre des photos lors de la remise des prix. If you share photos on social media, we encourage you to use hashtag Canada's Volunteer Awards in English and Prix Bénévolat Canada in French. Bonsoir. Quoi? Bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise des prix du Canada. Good evening, everyone, and for those who can, please rise for the entrance of the Canada's Volunteers Award recipient in both in-person and virtually. Award recipients attending virtually should remain seated. In my notes, I have to say a round of applause, but I think you already did that. Congratulations, félicitations. You may please take your seat. Everyone take their seat. Oh, not everyone take their seats. I retract myself. Everyone, eyes on the photographer? There you go. You may take your seat. My name is Daniel Lantagne, and I am your MC for today's ceremony. J'ai le grand plaisir de vous souhaiter la bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise des prix du bénévolat du Canada, que vous assistiez en présentiel ou en virtuel. And I would like to acknowledge that I'm joining you from Ottawa, which is located on the ancestral, traditional, and unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people. I would also like to acknowledge that this region is a sacred gathering place for many First Nation, Inuit, Métis communities, and is now a place of many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis, called home. And I would like to thank Elder Albert Dumont for being here and welcome him to open our event. L'aîné Dumont est membre de la Première Nation Kitigan-Zibi, Anishinaabe, de la Nation algonquine à Maniwaki, au Québec. Albert Dumont, South Wind, is a poet, storyteller, and motivational speaker, residing in his own community of Kitigan-Zibi. Elder Dumont has been volunteering his time, energy, and resources in Algonquin territory, Ottawa region, since 1988. He has volunteered at St. Vincent Hospital for over 9 years. He also volunteered with the homeless, at powwows and on activist committees, to name a few. He was born in traditional Algonquin territory, Kitigan-Zibi. Albert has dedicated his life to promoting Indigenous spirituality and healing, and to protecting the rights of Indigenous people, particularly the young. He has published 6 books of poetry and short stories and 2 children's books, written in 3 languages. He initiated the poetry contest, I Am a Human Being, which resulted in an anthology of the poem Summit. Elder Dumont was the English poet for laureate for Ottawa in 2022. I would now like to invite Elder Albert Dumont and Paul Thompson, Deputy Minister of Employment and Social Development, Canada, to the stage to present a ceremony gift to Elder Dumont.
Miigwech to everybody, and Miigwech, Deputy Minister Thompson, and thank you for the introduction. I'm going to speak words of a prayer in a few minutes, but before I do that, I'd just like to say some things about what it is to be a volunteer. You know, when I think about volunteering and I think of what would a city or a province or a country or community be like without volunteers? You know, they're necessary. There's not enough of them. I know that for me, volunteering began in 1988 after my sobriety began. I had severe addiction issues until then. I want to mention too that in the spring of 1991, I was repairing a chimney on a grist mill roof, and the tower, I was 43 feet off the ground, and the tower section of scaffolding collapsed, and I was up at the top, and the scaffolding fell, and I was at the top, and I didn't think there was any possibility that I'd live to tell about it. And for some reason, I wasn't afraid. I just said, end of the line. But then it's like I heard a voice that said, land on your feet and you will not die. And I managed to land on my feet. But I did a lot of damage to my body. I crushed 2 vertebrae, I cracked 2 vertebrae. I cracked my spine above and below the damaged vertebrae. I had a lot of other injuries, but those were the worst. And I was grateful that I wasn't killed, because usually when somebody falls 30 feet, that's, if they live to tell about it, they're paralyzed. But I wasn't killed and I wasn't paralyzed. So I just didn't want to say to Creator, thank you that I wasn't killed or paralyzed. I want to do an action of thanksgiving. So I volunteered at St. Vincent's Hospital. St. Vincent's Hospital is a hospital for the chronically ill. I heard that there was a Cree man there who was 35 years old. When he was 30 years old, he fell 26 feet and he broke his neck and he was paralyzed from the neck down. And I went to his bedside and I told him that I wanted to be his friend. And I told him, I said, if you allow me to be your friend, I will be your good friend either until I'm dead or until you're dead. And I kept that promise. He lived 9 more years. And I went there every Wednesday, no matter how busy my life was. And I'd spend a few hours with Mike. And he taught me lots. And it's, you know, whenever I speak about Mike and about volunteering, this is something that I'm 100% sure of, that volunteering is not always easy. In the 9 years that I worked with Mike, you know, I wasn't part of an organization. I wasn't with United Way or anything. I was just a community member who heard of an indigenous man from Moose Factory who didn't have visitors, and I volunteered with him. And 3 times over the 9 years that I knew him, he was attacked by racist staff in healthcare. And I had to go to bat for him and get apologies. I know that sometimes volunteers are taken for granted. Sometimes, you know, they're I don't know, it's not always good. Volunteering is not easy. There's lots of things you have to deal with, you know, that aren't really spoken about. But it's part of being a volunteer. And that's, God bless volunteers. You know, at this moment, you know, and I feel the energy of people who volunteer. I really feel privileged and blessed because of it. And that's just the way it is for me, because I know that volunteering makes a sound. in the Algonquin language, it's pagahamatik, which means the sound the drum makes. And whenever you do good deeds, whenever you go above and beyond what average human beings do. You're making a sound that's spiritually heard, loud and clear. I just want to say that. And I'm going to offer words of a prayer because I take spirituality for seriously. You know, I know everybody in this room will die at some point. 200 or 300 years from now, when people talk about us, they will refer to us as the ancestors. And I don't know what kind of ancestor you're going to be, but I'm going to be a good ancestor. I don't want my bloodline, the people of my bloodline, to forget about me just because I've been dead for 200 or 300 years. I want to leave my mark here in a good way. Whenever I die, I want to hear an honor song heard whenever I step into that new world. And that, you know, in volunteering, it kind of helps a person to feel confident that's what's going to happen. I made a joke one day and I said, I don't know when I'm going to die, but whenever I do, and if I open my eyes in that spiritual place, and if the first thing I see is Donald Trump, I'm going to know I went to the wrong place. Because I do not want to spend eternity with Donald Trump. I don't think I do very well there. I don't think he's the type that volunteers. As a matter of fact, I know he's not. This prayer you're going to hear comes from Temagami First Nations. It's part of Ojibwe, and I incorporated some Algonquin perspectives to it. It was taught to me by a Second World War veteran named Bill Twain. Bill Twain volunteered in the Second World War. He was wounded. He lived with chronic pain. He had shrapnel in the bones of his body. And he said that this prayer is thousands of years old. And this is it. I want to say to the good spirit, Minu Manitou, how grateful we are for everything that Creator placed in our homelands that help human beings to live well. We acknowledge and honor every tree, river, lake, and stream. We acknowledge and honor every bird, animal, fish, and all the good human beings. We're grateful for all those things in the sky world and all those things that live beneath the surface of the earth. We're grateful too for the bees and all the other insects that help the plants to grow. We're grateful for our medicines and our ceremonies. We're grateful for our ability to prepare ourselves spiritually for that spirit world that will begin when the short physical life ends. We're grateful for our ability to bring peace and comfort to one another during times of troubles and in times of anguish. We ask you now, good spirit, to fill this space with your blessings and to touch each of us with the wisdom of our Anishinaabe ancestors. We ask that there will be good words spoken here today, strong words that will impact all of us emotionally and spiritually. We ask that there's anyone here who has a relative or a friend who is suffering somehow, whether from addiction things or depression or some kind of physical sickness. We ask that that relative or friend will have a good day today and that they will return soon to the family as a role model and as a mentor. We ask these things of you, good spirit, because of the great respect we have for everything that Creator has made. Miigwech, I know we're going to have a good time.
Miigwech, thank you. And I invite Deputy Minister Paul Thompson to say a few words.
Okay, merci. Miigwech, Elder Dumont. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for your insights, your wisdom, and for the powerful personal journey that you shared with us, and for setting an example for this community as well, and celebrating the very thing that we're gathering here today. So we had a good chat before the ceremony on how powerful volunteering is in your life. And thank you for coming and sharing that with us today and setting us off on a very good note. I would like to express my gratitude and acknowledgement for the traditional territory that we are on today. I have the pleasure of living and working as well on the ancestral, traditional, unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. The ministry that I work for, Employment and Social Development, and the Government of Canada have a deep commitment to reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm grateful for the journey that we're on. I'd like to also acknowledge that for those who are joining us virtually, we are all on sacred land that has been the subject of many treaties, and which is the traditional territory of many diverse Indigenous peoples, including First Nations, Inuit, and Métis from coast to coast to coast and beyond. So thank you very much for that, Miigwech, and I will turn things back to Daniel.
Thank you, Elder Dumont and Deputy Minister Thompson. In just a moment, we will have our national anthem, which was pre-recorded by the Stella's Circle Inclusion Choir. The Stella's Circle Inclusion Choir was founded in 2007 as a volunteer project by an inspired choral director and volunteer, Ellen Murphy. Stella Circle, Canada's Volunteer Award recipient in 2016 in the category of Social Innovation Atlantic, is a nationally celebrated community organization in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Their mission is to help transform lives through real homes, real help, and real work. Each year, the organization serves over 1,500 people who face many barriers such as mental health issues, addiction, poverty, criminal justice background, homelessness, low literacy, and periods of unemployment to fully participating in their community. The Stella Circle Inclusion Choir is delighted to perform the national anthem at today's ceremony and to recognize the incredibly valuable role volunteers play across the country and in tribute to those within this choir. Je vous invite, pour ceux qui le peuvent, à vous lever pour l'hymne national. Les lauréats qui assistent virtuellement, nous vous demandons de rester assis. Je vous demanderai de vous tourner vers les écrans pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national par la chorale de Stella's Circle Inclusion Choir. A huge thank you to the Stella Circle Inclusion Choir. Please be seated, everyone. Mon nom est Daniel Lantaigne et je suis votre maître de cérémonie. Je suis ici aujourd'hui à titre de président du Comité consultatif national des prix pour le bénévolat. J'œuvre dans le domaine du bénévolat et de la philanthropie depuis plusieurs années. J'ai été bénévole auprès de différents organismes et je suis ainsi privilégié de constater leur impact sur la vie des gens. Aujourd'hui, nous soutenons et célébrons surtout les efforts bénévoles extraordinaires des lauréats des prix pour le bénévolat du Canada. Mais nous soulignons aussi le 10e anniversaire de ces prix, ainsi que la semaine de l'action bénévole qui se déroule du 14 au 20 avril happy National Volunteer Week. I'm honored to be here with the Honorable Jana Satz, Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, and Paul Thompson, Deputy Minister of Employment and Social Development Canada, to officially start the ceremony. The Canada's Volunteers Award recognizes the contribution that individual volunteers, not-for-profit organizations, social enterprise, and businesses make in their communities. This evening, we will recognize 20 award recipients, and 16 are with us in person, and a couple of them are joining us virtually. I now invite the Honorable Jana Satz, Minister of Families, Children and Social Development. It's only one word. I can just say it quickly like that. Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, who will deliver the opening remarks. Minister, the podium is yours.
Amazing. Well, good evening, everyone. Bonjour à tous. Hello, and thank you for the kind introduction, and Elder Dumont for your thoughtful prayer and sharing your story with us as well tonight. Honorable members of Parliament, my colleagues who are here with us tonight, Parliamentary Secretary Elizabeth Briere, who's joined us, the National Advisory Committee and the regional advisors and reviewers, all of the recipients that have joined us here tonight, family members, colleagues, and special guests. Those who are attending both in person, but as well who are attending virtually. It's really, really a pleasure to be with you here tonight to celebrate the 10th anniversary and our 2023 CBA award winners. A special recognition to Teresa Casgrain for her lifetime work towards justice and equality. Because of her, myself and women across our country can define leadership for ourselves within spaces that traditionally excluded us. So thank you to her family who is here tonight, and she will always be a part of Canadian history. What a privilege and an honor it is to be with such a wonderful group of people tonight. People who care about others and go above and beyond to leave their community better off than it was before they found it. Je suis heureuse d'être ici avec vous ce soir pour cette belle cérémonie. Let me start by congratulating all of our 2023 recipients. Well done, congratulations. I'd also like to wish all of you a happy National Volunteer Week. The Canada Volunteer Awards program is an opportunity for us to highlight and to celebrate the work of exceptional individuals across the country. Their work continues to have positive impact and helps shape our environment. This program's very existence is proof that we need to continue to empower individuals to strengthen their communities. Empowering leaders is an investment in people and their communities. For example, we have the Newfoundland Eats Community Outreach Incorporated, a nonprofit organization based in Newfoundland that provides access to nutritious food to impoverished individuals and families. We also have Love with Humanity Association, an organization with the mission to support immigrants and refugees, showing them love regardless of religious or ethnic background and making communities stronger. As we continue to invest in similar initiatives, we are all making our communities across this country safer for all Canadians. Over the last 10 years, approximately 4,000 people across Canada took the time to submit a nomination for an individual, a non-for-profit organization, or a business to recognize their dedication to the betterment of their community. In that time, over $1 million has been given in grants to non-for-profit organizations on behalf of the incredible 192 award recipients. Volunteers play such a critical role in communities and organizations across our country. And volunteering is an act of giving the most unrepayable resource that we have, our time. To do that, we must believe that our work will bear fruits, even when we cannot see it yet. It takes bravery to believe in what may seem impossible to many, and to put in the work to change our communities and our country. It's often the bond that we have with our communities that leads us to want to volunteer and to get involved. And as a volunteer myself, it's certainly near and dear to my heart as well. I've been a volunteer for many years with my local food bank, a cause near and dear to my health, to my heart. And I certainly appreciate the dedication and the hard work that all of you have done in lending your time and your energy. Having visited myself many different volunteer organizations over the last number of years, I have a deep respect for the work that volunteers do in every corner of this country. Volunteers know what your communities need. As first responders to crisis and as strong leaders, much of the work undertaken by volunteers is underappreciated, as was shared earlier. But you fiercely advocate for the causes and for the community that you come from. Canada's social development goals, which are a call to address Canada's most pressing social, economic, and environmental challenges, the work towards those goals is often done by volunteers, dedicated volunteers, like our award recipients here today, and the nonprofit organizations that receive awards grants. Many of you have dedicated and continue to dedicate your time and your life to the service of others. You spend most of your time thinking of ways to do more and to make life better for the people around you, finding solutions to some of our most pressing issues. As I read the profile of our recipients tonight, I couldn't help but think of a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And each of you here, whether it's a science-based initiative or helping disenfranchised communities break down barriers, wake up thinking, what can I do for others? You're the epitome of selflessness, leadership, and action. Some of the pillars on which communities and people thrive. You represent the best that Canada has to offer, and you're setting an example for everyone around you. Whether you've been doing this for years, like Guy Paquin, one of our nominees who's worked tirelessly with youth and elders in his community through numerous initiatives since 1981, or you're an emerging leader like Ali Ziatar, a young activist who uses creative voices as a way to create advocacy and systematic reform. You have the power to make Canada a better place. The theme of this year's National Volunteer Week is Every Moment Matters. And when I hear this theme, I can't stop thinking the time is now. If we want to see a better Canada for future generations, then we must make every moment count now. We must seize every opportunity to work together today. There's so much to be done and so little time, and we really do not have the luxury of inaction. There's no delaying changing what is needed today. Each of us present here tonight, from volunteers, non-for-profit organizations, social enterprises, businesses, and of course governments, has a social responsibility to work together to create a better Canada, a better future. And with that in mind, your passion and generosity are an inspiration. It takes a special kind of person to dedicate your life to others. Your individual stories are all vastly different, but you all have one thing in common, and that's the desire to help others and to strengthen your community. So please know that your volunteerism is recognized, is appreciated, and is valued. Strong communities rely on strong leaders, and you are truly representative of that. Your work matters, you make a difference, and your generosity continues to have profound and lasting impact on the people who have greatly benefited from your time. Because of you, their smile's brighter, their life is a little bit easier, and your willingness to share both your time and your talents says a lot about each and every one of you. Your willingness to give selflessly to help others speaks to your strength and the quality of your character. So today we are here to honor you. Aujourd'hui, nous voulons prendre le temps de honorer votre travail. So thank you for being here today and for allowing us to shine a spotlight on you. It's well deserved, and to quote Gord Downey, live your life with passion and purpose. Make a difference. One look at our award winners tonight, and I'm sure you will all agree that the volunteer hours represented here are nothing short of staggering. 3 of this year's recipients combined alone, 3 of them combined, account for 150 years of volunteering. 150 years, and that's just the beginning. Collectively, there's hundreds of years of volunteering being celebrated here tonight. It's incredible to think of how many lives have been impacted by all those collective years of volunteering. Your efforts create a ripple effect of compassion and kindness that makes our communities and our country better. On that note, if you know of other additional inspiring Canadians, individuals, non-for-profits, social enterprises, or socially responsible businesses that are helping their community, I encourage you to please visit the CVA website, because nominations for next year, for 2024, Canada Volunteer Awards, are now open. So folks, before I turn it back over, I do want to once again, one last time, congratulate all of tonight's recipients, as well as the over 300 people who were nominated for the 2023 awards. Grâce à votre travail, le Canada est un endroit où il fait bon vivre. You represent the best part of our country. Our communities are better and stronger because of all that you do. Thank you very much. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la Ministre. As mentioned by the Minister, this year we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Canada's Volunteers Award. The program was launched in 2011, and since that time there has been 10 awards cycle. Previously known as the Prime Minister Volunteer Awards, it was renamed the Canada's Volunteers Award in 2017. Over the years, CVA has recognized outstanding volunteers, including the one we are honoring this evening. Now, let's watch a short video on the 10th anniversary. Bravo et merci à tous les bénévoles pour leurs implications et dévouements au cours des 10 derniers cycles. Pardon. Madame la ministre Jenna Sudds, Madame la secrétaire parlementaire Elisabeth Brière, députés Chad Collins, James Maloney, Parm Baines, Monsieur le sous-ministre Paul Thompson, distingués invités, nous allons maintenant procéder à la remise des prix pour le bénévolat du Canada. Il y a tellement de Canadiens qui donnent à nos collectivités chaque jour. Saviez-vous que plus de 24 millions de Canadiens consacrent environ 5 milliards d'heures au bénévolat chaque année? C'est pourquoi il est si important de reconnaître les bénévoles et de les remercier de leurs efforts. This year, millions of Canadians continue to be generous with their time. It is then no surprise that the Canada Volunteers Award receive hundreds of nominations each year. After an extensive review process, the award recipients who are here with us in person and virtually were identified by their peers and appreciated for their outstanding social contribution. Speaking about contribution, I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge our fellow National Advisory Committee members and our numerous regional reviewers for their time and commitment in assessing over 250 nominations in 2023. These regional reviewers and members of the National Advisory Committee are volunteers like you and me, and give their time generously to assess all nominations and to recommend the award recipient to the Minister. Bravo, and a warm thank you for volunteering your time and expertise. Let's give them a round of applause. So without further ado, let us proceed with presenting this year's Canada Volunteers Award. And I invite the Honourable Jenna Sudds, Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, to present the awards. Débutons avec la présentation des prix. Le premier prix de la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui est le prix Thérèse Casgrain pour l'engagement de toute une vie. Thérèse Casgrain, sénatrice et activiste sociale, était une Canadienne éminente dont les actions continuent de servir d'exemple à tous. Elle a été la force derrière diverses réformes sociales promouvant la justice et l'égalité. En donnant son nom au prix Thérèse Casgrain pour l'engagement de toute une vie, nous honorons et célébrons ses réalisations. Ce prix rend hommage aux personnes qui ont fait preuve d'un dévouement important afin de faire une différence dans leur communauté en faisant du bénévolat, en faisant preuve de leadership tout au long de leur vie. Mais avant de remettre le prix, j'invite Mme Lise Casgrain, petite fille de Thérèse Casgrain, à nous dire quelques mots. Mme Casgrain, la parole est à vous.
C'est non seulement moi, mais c'est aussi ma cousine Michelle Nadeau. So both of us will be speaking to you.
Minister Sudds, sorry, I have my back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, members of Parliament, dear award recipients, dear guests. Nous sommes très heureuses d'être ici parmi vous aujourd'hui pour souligner le 10e anniversaire des prix pour le bénévolat du Canada. Tous les ans, nous sommes présentes à cette remise des prix et nous espérons que vous serez aussi éblouis que nous par l'engagement et les réalisations des personnes et des organismes qui se méritent ces prix prestigieux.
We are two of Thérèse Casgrain's 17 grandchildren, and in my case, I'm even luckier as she was my godmother, and one of my first names is Thérèse. Our grandmother was indeed a significant person in our lives, and we know that she would be very pleased and honored to have her name associated with this distinguished prize, the Thérèse Casgrain Lifelong Achievement Award. Because throughout her life, all of her battles were fought to make our world a better place, and she took on all these challenges as a volunteer.
Our grandmother was a humanist, and yes, it took her 19 years of efforts to secure the vote for women in Quebec. She undertook so many causes, including ensuring that family allowances be distributed to Quebec mothers and not fathers, as desired by provincial politicians in 1945. She also devoted her energies to support the rights of Indigenous women and to improve working conditions of female workers in the textile sector and of male workers during an important asbestos strike. In addition, she fought against nuclear war and pleaded for world peace, and always as a volunteer.
Cette grande humaniste s'est dévouée à améliorer le sort des femmes, des hommes et des familles. Quelle satisfaction elle éprouvait lorsqu'elle influençait les décideurs de notre monde à changer les choses pour un monde meilleur. Et voilà pourquoi le prix Thérèse Casgrain pour l'engagement de toute une vie constitue une reconnaissance importante du dévouement et de l'engagement d'une personne pendant toute une vie. Que d'énergie et d'efforts déployés pour ultimement faire une différence dans sa communauté, sa province, son pays et même à l'international. Vous êtes des inspirations pour d'autres Canadiennes et Canadiens, comme le fut notre grand-mère.
Volunteering is rewarding. You help someone, you work for a cause, and you feel good because you accomplish something. You make someone happy. A significant sense of personal satisfaction. You are very lucky Canadians as you live this reality and encourage and influence others to be involved in volunteer work to pursue their ideals and dreams.
People who give back to society are often tireless beings. To all of you who invest time in public, private, or community organization, we wish you the energy and resources necessary to pursue your objectives and shine in your communities.
There is no price for volunteering, and the rewards are so encompassing. Continue to be ambassadors of volunteerism in your communities. Our grandmother never stopped, never gave up, and it was unbelievable for us to see her commitment even at the age of 85. She used to say that there was so much left to do and so little time to do it as she aged.
Nous vous félicitons tous et toutes, les lauréates et les lauréats dans les diverses catégories des prix du bénévolat du Canada. Vous êtes des ambassadeurs extraordinaires du Canada et vous contribuez à bâtir un monde meilleur et plus humain. Nous vous encourageons fortement en tant que bénévoles à continuer à relever des défis, à poursuivre vos rêves, à changer les choses tout en participant activement au mieux-être de notre société. Our grandmother would be greatly impressed by all of your projects and accomplishments. Be proud of these accomplishments and know that your commitment and dedication will inspire others to get involved in volunteerism to build a better world. Merci. Thank you.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Mme Casgrain. Merci, Mme Dindot. To present this prestigious award with the Minister, I would like to invite you back on the stage, actually, both granddaughters of Thérèse Casgrain, to join us. Nominees for the Thérèse Casgrain Lifelong Achievement Award as volunteer for at least 20 years. Thérèse Casgrain Lifelong Achievement Award is presented to Raoul Singh. Congratulations. I would like to invite Raoul Singh to come to the front to receive his award, and MP James Maloney.
Raoul Singh has been volunteering over 25 years. He founded the David McAntony Gibson Foundation, known as Global Medic, in 1999 to honor his late friend. Raoul combines his emergency frontline experience with humanitarian work, providing efficient disaster relief operations. Under his leadership, his charity has gained recognition for its cost-effective approach using skilled volunteers to maximize aid delivery. Raoul has overseen over 249 missions in 82 countries, aiding more than 4.5 million individuals. The organization's strategy is to engage diverse sectors for effective disaster response, as seen during the floods in British Columbia, where Raoul collaborated with corporations to obtain resource and logistic support teamed up with local businesses to provide laundry services and organized volunteers for kit assembly and distribution. Rahul Singh seeks to improve operational efficiency in various sectors. He's collaborated with the Canadian Water Filter Company to re-engineer their product and reduce costs. He initiated a program using unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as UAVs. These allowed for more effective aid delivery in disaster-stricken areas by using precise mapping. This project has received international acclaim for impacting the relief sector. Rahul has also led the installation of a vertical farm within the Global Medic facility. This project increased the availability of fresh produce for local food banks. Rahul's leadership approach offers immediate disaster relief and empowers communities to promote sustainable practices. Mr. Singh chose the David McAntony Gibson Foundation to receive a grant of $10,000 on his behalf. Thank you.
Congratulations again. You may stay, both of you. Thank you. Cette année, afin de souligner le 10e anniversaire des prix pour le bénévolat du Canada, 2 prix sont remis dans la catégorie Thérèse Casgrain à titre de mention spéciale. The first special mention under the Thérèse Casgrain Lifelong Achievement Award is presented to Lawrence Lai. Congratulations. I would like to invite Lawrence Lai and MP Parm Baines to come to the front to receive his award.
Lawrence Lai has dedicated over 15 years, 50 years to volunteering in community services. His efforts have changed various sectors such as the youth anti-drug initiatives, boating safety, and fire and life safety education. He has transformed fire training for rural Indigenous communities by mentoring youth and its leaders alike. Lauren's volunteer efforts extend to developing and distributing a comprehensive training, fire, and life safety program across the provinces to help and engage youth. This program has also been integrated into Ontario's education system, which has resulted in decreased risky behaviors and improved academic performance among high school students. Lawrence Lai also works with groups like the National Fire Prevention Association and local fire departments. Through his efforts, Lawrence Plan to Get Out Alive program has reached millions of people. His training efforts across Canada have advanced public safety and inspired communities to take part in their safety education. Lauren's vision and dedication have made him a respected mentor in life safety and injury prevention. Lawrence Lai chose the London Heritage Farm Society to receive the $5,000 grant on his behalf.
Congratulations, Lauren. The second special mention under the Thérèse Casgrain Lifelong Achievement Award is presented to Mary Walter. Mary is joining us from her home in Pilot Butte, Saskatchewan.
Mary Walters has been a vital contributor to her Saskatchewan community for over 58 years. Mary's volunteer service have included being a medical responder, first aid responder, an instructor trainer, a member of the Emergency Response Unit, a St. John Ambulance board member. Mary's leadership and volunteer service have earned her the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Medal, the St. John Ambulance Ultra Long Service Medal, and the Saskatchewan Volunteer Medal, and the Dame of Grace in the Order of St. John. Mary has been a leader in first aid instruction for over 30 years. She has been instrumental in training new educators and volunteers. She continues to expand the network of first aid knowledge in her community. Mary's path was challenging during the 1960s and 70s when few women were involved in medical first aid. Her perseverance in overcoming gender barriers and balancing family life with volunteering has been exemplary. Renowned for her expertise in first aid, Mary is a central figure in her community. She has inspired many people through her dedication to teaching life-saving skills. Mrs. Mary Walters chose the St. John Council for Saskatchewan Incorporated to receive a grant of $5,000 on her behalf.
Thank you and congratulations, Mary. Thank you, Mrs. Casgrain, Mrs. Nadeau. Congratulations to Lawrence Lai and Mary Walters, the recipient of the CVA 10th Anniversary Special Mention. Passons maintenant aux prix régionaux de cette année. Nous commençons avec la catégorie Leader émergent. The Emerging Leader category recognizes volunteers between the age of 18 and 30, feel old, who demonstrate leadership and help to build stronger communities. Not only do these young leaders inspire others to get involved in volunteering, they also help ensure a strong voluntary sector for future generations. And before I introduce this year's Emerging Leader, let's hear from a former Emerging Leader. Ryan Arajak a reçu le prix pour le bénévolat du Canada lors du cycle 4 en 2016. La catégorie de leader émergent était à ce moment un prix national. Il était donc le seul lauréat dans la catégorie leader émergent, mais quel lauréat! Depuis 2017, ce prix est maintenant régional et ainsi permet de reconnaître 5 lauréats provenant de 5 régions. En tant que lauréat, Ryan a remis une subvention de 10 000 $ à la Fondation Ryan's Well. J'invite donc Ryan à nous parler de son expérience en tant que lauréat, mais aussi concernant le bénévolat.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me back. I was fortunate enough to receive the Emerging Leader Award in 2016, and I've actually been volunteering since 1998. So back in the day, and I'm an old man now, I'm 32, but I remember I started this initiative to help fundraise money for clean water projects when I was 6 because of something I heard in my class. It was something I knew nothing about. I did Pokemon card raffles and bump basketball tournaments and random stuff. And as you can imagine, when I figured out that it was a lot more complicated to bring clean water to the entire world, it was very humbling. And I remember I had a conversation with my dad once, and he said, "Ryan, you did a great job. You followed through on your commitment. You showed tenacity and perseverance, but it's okay to stop." You know, my dad, he's still one of the best guys I know. He was a volunteer himself in my hometown, volunteering the basketball coach, both the high school teams. And I understand where he's coming from more than ever because now I'm an adult and I see the world slightly differently. But as an emerging leader, sometimes you see your passion as being the most important thing and to stick to that, and who knows what can happen if you do. And I was lucky I did, because now over 1 million people in this world have clean water because I was naive enough to keep on volunteering. So when I think of the emerging leader here today, and I think of all the new emerging leaders that are coming forth, they're volunteering for things that there is no job for, that there is a niche in our society, in our community that needs people to step up in different and interesting ways. So thank you to Canada for putting a spotlight on emerging leaders in our country, and hopefully we'll be solving more problems in different ways for years to come.
Why the mic went so up? Thank you, Ryan. What an inspiration from a young, not so young anymore, emerging leader. Just getting away from my notes, as you can hear. It is now my great pleasure to introduce this year Regional Emerging Leader Award recipients. So please wait. I invite you to come up to the stage and receive your award. The recipients in the Emerging Leader category are Stacy Smith, Atlantic; Jason Rivet, Quebec; Lucia Marchanda, Ontario; Justin Langing, Prairies; Robin Changizi, British Columbia in the North. So let's start with Stacy Smith. I would like to invite Stacy Smith to come to the front to receive her award.
Stacy Smith is a youth advocate for New Brunswick who has helped improve youth mental health in the Atlantic region. In 2020, Stacy took on the role of co-director at the Young Canadians Roundtable on Health. As co-director, Stacy leads a team of approximately approximately 50 young Canadians. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Stacey's focused on initiatives like Science Up First and the Children's Healthcare Canada, whose goal was to encourage vaccination among Canadian youth and improving their mental health. Stacey is also involved with the Coalition for Healthy Food, School Food to reduce food insecurity. This initiative aims to give students healthy meal options and improve their well-being. Under Stacey's leadership, the YCRH has experienced remarkable growth. It has expanded its youth membership by 50%, introduced innovative workshops, and created new employment opportunities for young members. This expansion has gained national attention, highlighting the importance of bringing young people's perspective to public discussions. Stacey has co-led the Youth Advisory Council for the review into youth mental health and suicide prevention services in New Brunswick that was conducted by the New Brunswick Child, Youth and Seniors Advocate Office. Stacey's influence extends beyond Atlantic Canada and has inspired young individuals across the nation in shaping their future. Stacey Smith chose the Sandbox Project charity to receive the $5,000 grant on her behalf.
Congratulations, Stacey. Le prochain lauréat est Jason Rivet. J'invite donc Jason Rivet à venir me rejoindre sur scène pour recevoir son prix.
Jason Rivet s'implique depuis près de 15 ans dans son milieu. Il a commencé à faire du bénévolat à 16 ans à la bibliothèque de Sainte-Marie-Salomé au Québec. Jason a été mentor et conseiller à la simulation du Parlement européen Canada, Québec, Europe. Président de la Maison des jeunes de Crabtree, administrateur impliqué dans la Fédération québécoise des coopératives en milieu scolaire, FQCMS, et ses coopératives. Il a également agi comme bénévole de 2017 à 2021 pour Citoyenneté Jeunesse, un organisme qui vise l'inclusion des jeunes dans la sphère publique. Alors, ces rôles montrent sa volonté d'intégrer davantage les jeunes dans les processus décisionnels au Canada et au Québec. Jason a créé des outils de gouvernance pour le réseau FQCMS, sauvegardant ainsi des millions en ristourne pour plus de 200 000 membres. Sa passion pour l'équité se manifeste également par les politiques de diversité qu'il a instaurées, favorisant une meilleure représentation des sexes et l'inclusion des minorités ethno-culturelles. Guidé par l'ambition d'aider des jeunes à s'épanouir, à dépasser leurs défis, il œuvre plutôt pour rendre les collectivités plus inclusives et dynamiques. Jason Rivet a choisi Simulation du Parlement européen Canada-Québec-Europe pour recevoir une subvention de $5 000 en son nom. Merci.
Jason. The next recipient is Lucia Marcianda. We would like to invite Lucia Marcianda and, if present, the MP Chad Collins to come to the front to receive our award.
Lucia Marchanda has been a volunteer in her community in Hamilton for more than 10 years. She started volunteering when she was in elementary school. Lucia has been a leader, mentor, camp counselor, a soccer coach, and helped raise money for local hospitals and community organizations. Over 5 years ago, Lucia created an accessible and informative digital platform that empowers secondary students within the Hamilton-Wentworth Catholic District School Board to connect to various community opportunities, enabling them to be community leaders as part of meeting their graduation requirements. Lucia improved many lives through her efforts and kindness and continues to lead by example. Lucia Marchonda chose the Hamilton Health Sciences Foundation to receive a grant of $5,000 on her behalf.
Congratulations, Lucia. The next recipient is Justin Linging. I would like then to invite Justin Linging to come to the front to receive his award.
Justin Longain has become an important youth leader in Swan River, Manitoba. Justin has been involved in humanitarian work since his teenage years. Starting in 2015, he helped form the Youth Council at the Albert Chartrand Friendship Center, established the LGBTQ2+ and Indigenous dialogue in his high school, and volunteered weekly within the arts community. Also, Justin serves on several youth councils and committees and has represented Métis youth at hundreds of events promoting Indigenous youth prosperity. Justin Longain chose Okanata to receive a grant of $5,000 on his behalf.
Congratulations, Justin. Our next recipient is Robin Changizi from British Columbia and the North. I am not sure if he's able to join us virtually this evening from Australia, where he is studying medicine at the University of Notre Dame in Sydney. Looking at the screen, doesn't seem he has been able to join us, but let's hear about him, and I will invite Deputy Minister Paul Thompson to receive the award and to join us after on the stage.
So Robin Changizi is dedicated to helping young people in Richmond, British Columbia, walk a path of service in their communities. He has helped establish the youth program in Richmond, which is dedicated to the empowerment of youth. In collaboration with the Richmond Youth Education Center, Robin dedicates efforts to cultivate an environment to foster awareness and help youth discover their talents and abilities while serving the community. Robin has inspired others to overcome their struggles and contribute to the world. Robin Changizi chose the Colibri Learning Foundation to receive a grant of $5,000 on his behalf.
Congratulations, Robin. Thank you, Robin. You did a great job. We almost thought it was him. Congratulations, and thank you, Minister. Congratulations to all Emerging Leaders recipients. Now, let's move to the business leader. Before I introduce this year's business leader, let's watch a video testimony of Jeff Offord, Chief Operating Officer, Business Development Manager at Do Some Good Community Contribution Company, Inc., and a CVA Business Leader Award recipient from British Columbia in 2021.
Hello, my name is Jeff Hoffert, and I'm the COO of Do Some Good. And we received the Canada's Volunteer Award in 2022 in the Business Leader category. Firstly, I just want to say congratulations. I know how much hard work it is to get where you are. And now more than ever, I think it's so important that we take moments to recognize those doing good. So really enjoy this moment. We were incredibly honored to be recognized alongside so many other amazing organizations doing community work all across Canada. Our team at Do Some Good really cares deeply about empowering amazing businesses and charities and volunteers and people just like you. You are the real stars, and we're proud to do our part as a platform that helps shine a spotlight on those that are making a difference every single day. What I really loved about the whole recipient process was connecting with other recipients, the change agents, the innovators. To really make a difference and create significant community impact, we can't do it alone. Do Some Good began when our founder was looking for suitable volunteer opportunities in Kelowna, BC for his two young daughters. And there was no really easy way to find those volunteer opportunities that matched their skill sets and connect to the community in an easy way. He soon learned this was an issue that really happened across our country. And so Do Some Good online platform was created to fill this critical social need. Now, what makes us unique is that our platform engages and mobilizes communities, empowering volunteers and organizations and good companies to connect with, to learn about, and to support one another. Do Some Good acts as a community web or ecosystem that creates exponential community impact. And my shameless little plug here is it's free for organizations and volunteers. So please check out dosomegood.ca or download the Do Some Good app, because we want to help and support the great work that you're already doing every day. I'll leave you with this. Goodness inspires goodness. So please go out there, be amplifiers of kindness, because now more than ever, spreading positivity matters. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff, for your testimony. And yes, goodness inspired goodness. Nous allons maintenant remettre les prix dans la catégorie de leadership d'entreprise. Les prix dans la catégorie leadership d'entreprise reconnaissent les entreprises qui font preuve de responsabilité sociale et qui favorisent le bien-être des collectivités. Je suis heureux de vous présenter les lauréats dans la catégorie leadership d'entreprise, soit Humble Beginning Stories, Ontario, et Automated Aquatic Canada Limited, Prairies. I would like to invite Edward Unasa, founder of Humble Beginning Stories, to come to the front to receive his award.
Humble Beginning Stories, are also known as HBS, was founded by Edward Anasa to share stories of small business owners, social entrepreneurs, street vendors, and community leaders. Humble Beginning Stories is about inspiring people to follow their dreams and showing how people with diverse backgrounds can succeed. HBS inspires others to chase their goals. It shares the importance of working together and supporting each other, no matter what challenges come. Humble Beginning Stories chose the African Canadian Association of Ottawa to receive a grant of $5,000 on their behalf.
Congratulations, Humble Beginning Stories. I would like to invite Daryl Martin, President of Automated Aquatic Canada Limited, and Edith Martin, Director, to come to the front to receive the award.
Automated Aquatics Canada, founded in 1985, is located in Edmonton, Alberta. The business supports multiple not-for-profit and charitable organizations through their charitable activities. Automated Aquatics donates over $68,000 each year to support organizations such as the Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Edmonton and Area Society, Camp Hee-Ho-Ha, Santa's Anonymous, Clean Scene, Royal Canadian Humane Society. Automated Aquatics use most of their time and resources to support organizations that are improving the lives of children, youth, and families. Automated Aquatics Canada chose the Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Edmonton, and Area Society to receive a grant of $5,000 on their behalf.
Congratulations to the Automated Aquatics Canada and Humble Beginning Stories. I think it will be a photo on the stage. Congratulations again to both of you. Now, let's move to the Social Innovator category. Avant de vous présenter les lauréats dans la catégorie de l'innovation sociale, regardons ensemble un témoignage vidéo de mon amie, Mme Marie Houzeau, directrice de Gris Montréal, lauréate en 2019 dans la catégorie Innovation sociale au Québec.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Marie Houzeau et je suis directrice générale du Gris Montréal et notre organisme a reçu le prix Bénévolat du Canada en 2019 dans la catégorie Innovation sociale. Fondé en 1994, le Gris Montréal a pour mission de démystifier la diversité sexuelle et la pluralité des genres au Québec, principalement en milieu scolaire. Pour nous, le prix du Bénévolat du Canada représentait la reconnaissance de 25 ans d'implication pour la justice sociale, la reconnaissance de la participation de notre organisme à la construction d'une société plus juste et plus inclusive pour les personnes issues de la diversité sexuelle et de la pluralité des genres. Ce prix était très important car c'était aussi une façon de dire merci aux centaines de bénévoles qui ont mis l'épaule à la roue pendant plus de 2 décennies. La reconnaissance des bénévoles doit être au cœur de nos préoccupations quotidiennes car sans ces personnes d'exception, sans leur indéfectible application, notre organisme n'existerait tout simplement pas. Depuis sa fondation, le Gris Montréal a eu un impact tangible dans la vie de plus d'un demi-million de jeunes et de moins jeunes, offrant des modèles positifs de personnes LGBTQ et permettant de mettre des visages sur des réalités qui sont souvent mal comprises. Chaque jour, nous recevons des témoignages qui nous confirment l'impact de la présence de nos bénévoles dans les classes du Québec et l'importance d'instaurer un dialogue et de semer l'espoir chez ces jeunes qui se sentent parfois bien seuls. Et ce qui est formidable, c'est que cet espoir un jour reçu insuffle souvent la volonté de donner à son tour. Et parmi nos membres, de nombreuses personnes qui ont un jour reçu la visite de nos bénévoles ont été suffisamment marquées pour, une fois adultes, vouloir à leur tour faire une différence et s'engager à nos côtés. Je terminerai en m'inspirant des mots de Margaret Mead et donc avec cette phrase « Ne doutez jamais qu'un petit groupe d'individus conscients et engagés puisse changer le monde. En fait, c'est la seule chose qu'il ait jamais fait. » Merci beaucoup.
Merci Marie. We will now move on the awards for Social Innovator. This category recognizes not-for-profit organizations that use innovative ideas, and approaches to improve their ability to respond to social challenges. Imagine for a moment if not-for-profit and charities did not exist in our communities. These organizations are on the front lines of responding to social challenges. They help to make our communities better for all Canadians. So please wait until I invite you to come to the stage, and receive your award. But please allow me to introduce the recipients of the award for social innovators. Survivors of Abuse Recovering Society Atlantic, Bénévoles d'Expertise Québec, The Hub, Ontario, Norfolk Housing Association, The Prairies, the Ashcroft Hub Society, British Columbia, and the North. So as I call your name, please come up to receive your award. Let's start with the Survivors of Abuse Recovering Society. I would like to invite Rita Van Vulpen, co-founder of Survivors of Abuse Recovering Society, to come to the front and receive the award.
The Survivors of Abuse Recovering Society, SOAR, was founded in 1993 in the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia. Today, SOAR extends its support across the province. They help adults who have experienced sexual abuse as children or teenagers. SOAR's approach focuses on peer support and empowerment. SOAR collaborates with over 10 local organizations, including groups focused on women, youth, and Indigenous communities. Survivors of Abuse Recovering Society directed a grant of $5,000 towards their own organization.
Congratulations to Survivor of Abuse Recovering Society. J'aimerais maintenant inviter Nancy Saint-Pierre, directrice générale de Bénévoles d'Expertise, à venir me rejoindre sur la scène pour recevoir le prix.
Bénévoles d'Expertise est un organisme sans but lucratif qui opère principalement dans les régions de Chaudière-Appalaches, de la capitale nationale et de l'Estrie au Québec. Bénévoles d'Expertise offre des services de soutien en gestion et en gouvernance aux organismes sans but lucratif pour le bénévolat de compétences. Bénévoles d'Expertise crée des opportunités d'apprentissage collaboratif, inclusif et collectif où les connaissances sont partagées entre bénévoles et organisations pour ainsi agir ensemble sur la transformation de notre société. Bénévoles d'Expertise facilite l'accès à des ressources pour des organisations sans but lucratif, les communautés locales et les initiatives sociales. Les organisations renforcées par ces expertises peuvent améliorer leurs compétences opérationnelles, innover et résoudre des défis complexes, favoriser leur agilité de gestion et être des acteurs actifs de leur propre développement. Depuis son lancement, Bénévoles d'Expertise a soutenu plus que de 575 organismes et fourni plus de 23 000 heures en transfert de compétences. Le Bénévole d'Expertise a choisi enfin sa propre organisation pour recevoir la subvention de $5 000.
Félicitations, Bénévoles d'Expertise. I would now like to invite Jennifer Bonner, Executive Director of the Hub, and Elizabeth Pfisterer, Director of Youth Services, to come to the front to receive the award.
Since 2020, the Hub has been an essential resource for people experiencing homelessness, poverty, or addiction, and has focused on high-risk youth. The Hub programs are grounded in community health promotion, respect, and collaboration. The Hub's programs are diverse and impactful. The Hub's programs initiatives aims to address community challenges by collaborating with individuals with lived experience and exposing volunteers to learning opportunities. The Hub continues to improve support in the community. The Hub directed a grant of $5,000 towards their own organization.
Congratulations to the Hub. I would now like to invite Mayu Kambaitz, Chief Executive Officer of Norfolk Housing Association, and Brian Slocco, volunteer, to come to the front to accept the award.
For over 40 years, the Norfolk Housing Association in Alberta has been at the forefront of enhancing community housing. Norfolk unites diverse individuals to ensure affordable housing and prevent homelessness and poverty. They foster a sense of community, turning neighbors into friends despite their differences. The association believes in the right to a safe personal space for everyone. Norfolk's approach to housing allows those requiring more support to have a comfortable home while maintaining their privacy. Other social organizations have asked Norfolk to share how their model works. Norfolk gives tours, guidance, and presentations and are happy to share their learnings through these tours and presentations. They are influencing the way social housing organizations approach community housing. When a community has healthy families who can meet their basic needs and whose neighbors welcome them, it is a healthy community. This is the belief, is what drives Norfolk's continued excellence in housing solutions. Norfolk Housing Association has directed its grant of $5,000 towards their own organization.
Congratulations to the Norfolk Housing Association. I would now like to invite Juanita Little, board chair of the Ashcroft Hub Society, and Suzanne McLean, co-founder, to come to the front to receive the award.
The Ashcroft Hub Society, or the Hub, is a not-for-profit organization that enriches the rural community of Ashcroft, British Columbia, with art, culture, fitness, sports, and community services. Founded in 2015, the Hub addresses the shortage of community spaces and resources. They transformed a former elementary school into a community center accessible to all. Collaborating with over 20 local organizations and businesses, the Hub tailors its services to meet the community's needs. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the Hub initiated a community helpline in partnership with over 15 local services. This helpline provides crucial information on grocery and medicine. Attracting about 3,000 visitors monthly, the Ashcroft Hub has become a beloved gathering place for Ashcroft residents and neighboring regions. The Ashcroft Hub Society has directed a grant of $5,000 towards their own organization.
Congratulations to the Ashcroft Hub Society. And all the Social Innovator recipients will come back on stage for a photo. Congratulations to all Social Innovator recipients. Now, let's move to the Community Leader category. And before I introduce this year's Community Leader Award recipients, let's watch another video testimony, this one by Dr. Loideta Kwako, founder and chief executive officer of Sharing Our Cultures in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, and a CVA Award recipient for the Community Leaders of the Atlantic in 2019.
Hello, I'm Loideta Kwako. I received Canada's Volunteer Award for Community Leader in the Atlantic region in 2019. It's important to recognize volunteers because they do a lot of work and provide excellent services in their communities. They give up their time, their talents, their resources. Sometimes they open their homes to others, and they work in food banks to make sure that the lives of others are good and that many people can benefit from the work that they do. My volunteering has changed the lives of newcomer youth in Newfoundland and Labrador, because when I found out that a lot of them were here and they were learning about the local culture, just the Anglo-Irish culture, which is mainstream here in the province, and they didn't get an opportunity to share their own cultures. So I started working with them and giving them opportunities to tell their own stories, to share about themselves. And this I found was very empowering for them. It gave them a sense of belonging and a sense of place. They were able to nurture friendships, healthy friendships. They didn't feel so socially isolated as they did prior to that time. Prior to starting the Sharing Our Cultures program and meeting with the students, they really felt that they were not a part of their community, and also about 1,500 school children and youth will also participate in the program, and this is done throughout the province. Volunteering is important now more than ever, and every moment matters. because there's so many social needs in our communities. There's homelessness, people have mental health issues, food insecurity, unemployment, social isolation, and there's usually not enough of formal services to meet every need. It's exciting and humbling as well to be recognized for a national award that acknowledges volunteers, because although volunteers don't really do it for, for the accolades or for anything they will get back, but it makes a difference in the lives of others and their community and the province and the country as well.
Thank you, Dr. Kwako. Last but not the least, les derniers mais non les moindres, nous présentons maintenant les prix leadership communautaire qui reconnaissent les bénévoles ou les groupes de bénévoles exceptionnels ayant joué un rôle de premier plan dans la proposition de solutions à des enjeux locaux. The Stoic philosopher Seneca famously once said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." I share this quote because it applies to folks who raise their hands to volunteer. No matter what motivates someone to get involved and make a difference, all volunteers are driven by the desire to help others. So please wait until I invite you to come up to the stage and receive your award. Permettez-moi donc de vous présenter les lauréats des prix pour le leadership communautaire: Angela Woodford, Atlantique; Dr. Daphné Veilleux-Lemieux, Québec; Jill Carney, Ontario; Mark Hazelwood, Prairies; Norman Criar, Colombie-Britannique et le Nord. I would like to invite Angela Woodford to the front to receive her award. Congratulations.
Nearly 60 years in many capacities throughout her community in Harbour, Maine, Newfoundland, and Labrador. Angela has been part of a bereavement committee and has helped grieving families plan funeral services. She has been a key member in organizing the town's youth summer job program for over 20 years. She has also helped students gain work experience and earn income within their home communities. Angela has provided care for adults living with physical and mental challenges and plays a key role in organizing weekly activities for seniors. Angela is always ready to lend a hand and inspire others to engage and contribute their best. Angela Woodford chose the Harbour, Maine, Chapels Cove, and Lakeview Recreation Committee to receive the grant of $5,000 on her behalf.
Congratulations, Angela. La prochaine lauréate est Dr. Daphné Veilleux-Lemieux et elle se joint à nous virtuellement de la Ville de Québec.
Dr Daphné Veilleux, directrice des services vétérinaires de l'Université de Laval et vétérinaire, s'est jointe à Chio Nordique en 2012. Elle a aidé à relever les défis liés à la surpopulation de chiens dans les communautés autochtones du Québec. Elle a aidé à améliorer l'accès aux soins vétérinaires dans des collectivités éloignées. Dr Veilleux-Lemieux a établi des cliniques de stérilisation mobile pour traiter les chiens et aider à contrôler la croissance de la population. Depuis 2018, elle a dirigé Chio Nordique et élargi le programme grâce à des partenariats avec des communautés autochtones et des organismes de protection des animaux. Elle a également créé des programmes éducatifs pour enseigner aux enfants le comportement des chiens. Dr Daphné Veilleux-Lemieux a choisi Chio Nordique, Northern Puppies, pour recevoir une subvention de $5,000 en son nom.
Félicitations. Félicitations, Daphné. The next recipient is Jill Carney. Jill, unfortunately, I think is not available to join us tonight from British Columbia.
Jill Carney was Vice President of the International Dyslexia Association of Ontario, IDA Ontario, from 2016 to 2022, a group that helps and speaks up for people with dyslexia. Jill built an online training course and organized webinars and workshops for parents and teachers to learn how to support students with dyslexia and how to best teach reading for all students. In her role with IDA Ontario, Jill wrote a report to the Ontario Human Rights Commissioner's Right to Read inquiry. The report proposed improvements on teaching methods for students, including those with dyslexia who are learning to read and write. It also presented approaches to identify and support students with dyslexia in the classroom. Jill's dedication led to increased dyslexia awareness and improved instruction and support for the Ontario students who are affected by dyslexia. Jill Kearney chose the International Dyslexia Association Ontario branch to receive the grant of $5,000 on her behalf.
Congratulations, Jill. I would like to invite Mark Hazelwood to come to the front to receive his award.
For the past 15 years, Mark Hazelwood has been a leader and role model for young athletes in McCreary, Manitoba. Mark sat on boards for local sports groups such as McCreary Minor Hockey, McCreary Golf and Country Club, St. Rose Minor Baseball. Mark helped found the McCreary Minor Baseball Association that transformed an old baseball field into a great place to play. Mark was president of the McCreary Arena and is currently president of the McCreary Minor Ball and Parkland Minor Baseball. Mark has coached teams in hockey, baseball, golf, and basketball. He recognizes the importance of building strong sports programs to engage youth to be involved in healthy activities. He helps youth learn to be a part of a team, support others, and to try their best. Mark Hazelwood chose the McCreary Recreation Commission to receive a grant of $5,000 on his behalf.
Congratulations, Mark. I would now like to invite Norman Criard to come to the front to receive his award.
After moving to Vernon, BC in 1981, Norman D. Creer left a big mark on Silver Star Mountain. He turned a simple local ski hill into a top-notch spot for people who love outdoor activities. Norman developed the Silver Star Mountain Volunteer Fire Department and was a member from 1984 to 2015. He is currently the chair of the Silver Star Mountain Community Fire Smart Initiative and serves on the board for the National Altitude Training Center. Norman is known for his enthusiasm and dedication to his community. Norman D. Creer chose the Okanagan Military Tattoo Society to receive the grant of $5,000 on his behalf.
Congratulations, Norman. I will invite all the recipients of the community leaders to come on the stage for a group photo. Oh, you may stay on the stage. We'll regroup. Congratulations to all Community Leader Award recipients. Au nom de toutes les personnes présentes ce soir et ceux et celles qui assistent virtuellement, nous vous remercions sincèrement pour vos contributions au bien-être de nos collectivités et du Canada dans son ensemble. A round of applause, please, for all our award recipients. And I would now like to invite Paul Thompson, Deputy Minister, Employment and Social Development, who will deliver closing remarks.
Merci beaucoup, Daniel. Quelle inspiration ce soir. What an inspiring evening. As we draw it to a close, I'd like to extend my thanks to everyone who contributed to making this occasion so memorable. Tout d'abord, je tiens à vous remercier de tous être joints à nous aujourd'hui, soit en personne ou virtuellement. C'est grâce à vous que cet événement est un succès. I'd like to thank Minister Sudds, our esteemed members of Parliament, and other distinguished guests for taking time out of their busy schedules to honor the recipients today. Your commitment is deeply valued and appreciated. I'd like to thank again Elder Dumont-Miigwech for getting us off on the right foot with your traditions and wisdom. We thank you for sharing that. We had a great start also with the Stella's Circle Inclusion Choir with a very inspiring rendition of the national anthem. Our thanks on that front. Aussi, Mesdames Casgrain et Nadeau, votre engagement à assurer la pérennité des efforts importants de votre grand-mère Thérèse Casgrain est une source d'inspiration et de noblesse. Daniel Lantin, non seulement vous brillez en tant que président de notre comité consultatif national, mais vous êtes aussi un excellent animateur. Merci beaucoup. So once again, my congratulations to the 20 recipients of Canada's Volunteer Awards. Being amongst such remarkable individuals is truly inspiring. Your endeavors have significantly contributed to enhancing the lives of many, many Canadians. So I thank you for that and your endless commitments. The Canada Volunteer Awards does offer us a moment to acknowledge these invaluable contributions. And as Minister Suds noted earlier, I just want to draw people's attention to the 2024 call for nominations, which is officially launched coinciding with National Volunteer Week. So I encourage your continued support in nominating a volunteer, a not-for-profit organization, a social enterprise, or a business that is making a meaningful difference in your community. So with that, I thank you again for your participation, and with you, wish you a revitalizing and healthy spring season. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Monsieur Thompson. Enfin, nous remercions la ministre Jenna Sudds de sa générosité d'avoir remis les prix. Madame Jenna Sudds devra quitter parce qu'il y a un vote, si je comprends bien, au Parlement. Alors, voilà qui met fin à la cérémonie de remise des prix pour le bénévolat du Canada. Un merci spécial également à Linda et à Ahmed que vous avez entendu tout au long. I would like to ask all our... Oh, yes, sure. Well deserved. And I would like to ask all award recipients to join Minister Sudds, if she has time, and Deputy Minister Thompson at the front of the room for a special group photo that will be there. While the recipients are taking their group photo, I would like to invite everyone else to join us for a celebratory reception in this room. Thank you once again for attending today's ceremony. Enjoy the reception and good evening. Oh, that will be the front here.
Photo up front?
Yeah.
She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skilla, baby.